Just Like the Men is a screenplay by Ella Higginson that is set in 1912, immediately after women finally get the right to vote in Washington state. When I talk about how I discovered Ella Higginson, I always wish that I had a smarter answer than I do, and sometimes I'm tempted to lie, because what happened was I stumbled upon Ella Higginson. I was in the Washington State Archives. What I found was a long list of holdings by someone named Ella Higginson. I had never heard of her, and neither had anyone else, and the holdings were 12 linear feet, which is a very significant amount of material. And I started reading, and every day was an epiphany for me. Every day I thought, but she won multiple national awards. She published, not just wrote, she published over 800 pieces in her lifetime. Her impact on Bellingham was enormous. She was in charge of ordering books for the Bellingham Library. So in terms of the library, in terms of bringing a sort of attention to Bellingham, in terms of literary authorship, her house for the longest time was a landmark. It was on postcards as house of the famous Western author Ella Higginson. She really changed the climate of Bellingham and made it a literary place in a way it would not have been otherwise. From what I can tell in the archives, from the papers that survive, she completed the screenplay for Just Like the Men. She sent it to a literary agency in New York City. They liked it. They said they would submit it to Mary Pickford, and that is the last we hear. As much as she shelved it, I would argue that she shelved it temporarily. She was waiting for people like you guys. Yeah, it's her message in a bottle. What I had in front of me were two young women filmmakers who were able to recognize exactly what Higginson had done, were able to recognize the feminist implications of her work, and were able to bring a really fresh perspective to the idea of women writing for film, women starring in film. You would have been able to have a conversation with Higginson that she absolutely would have recognized. And because you were bringing such a young, feminist, smart, accomplished view to this, you were the perfect people to be doing this.